Hello Year 8 and welcome to your choices. Thanks for choosing history. I'm just going to have a little presentation about describing what you will be studying in Year 9 if you're to choose it as a national expectation or just as a subject to look at greater depth. For those of you who are thinking about doing it as a first GCSE, please do go to our options page. So for those students who are thinking about doing it as a choice or looking at history at greater depth, we get to look at numerous topics. We'll be looking at the modern world, so all history from 1900 to around 1945. So for those who are hoping to look at it as a choice or greater depth, we look at three main topics. We look at the causes of World War I, we look at the Hague, the interpretations of Hague, and we look at the causes and the birth of the Nazis. We then end the year looking at a greater depth module where we study what life was like in the Nazis. So let's look at those topics again. So the cause of World War I, we will get to look at the different reasons for why that war has begun. We look at around 6 different causes and you will have to make a judgment as to which you think was the greatest cause. This is going to really help you argue your different causes and really get you thinking about debates, which is really important in history. Come up with those different reasons and for you to be able to explain why you think a certain thing. For our second topic, we're looking at the interpretations of Hague, and with that we need to understand what was war like in World War I, in the trenches in France, and of course we then need to think about, well, is Hague a butcher or is he a hero? And we will look at the different interpretations around him, and again you get to make your judgment about whether you agree that he's a butcher or a hero. Our other topic we look at is the birth of the Nazis. So this is getting us ready for that big topic at the end. And this is us understanding, how do Nazis extremism comes about? How could people support a party like the Nazis? So that we understand the context of how the Nazis come to power in the first place. So that sets us up for our big project for the second half of the year, where you will get to look at what life was like during the Nazis. This includes looking at how he rose to power and achieved dictatorship. This will look at those opposing him and how he controlled people through terror and propaganda. It will also look at the lives of ordinary German citizens, from men, women and children, but also to what he calls the Untermenschen, that is, those who are Jews and those who he does not see as is equal. So we look at the persecution through Holocaust. So that's what we start to look at. If you're thinking about national curriculum, we actually get an extra hour a week. So what I tend to do, we will look at World War II more in depth, look at some of those big events such as Dunkirk, D-Day, we look at the bombings of Hiroshima, and we also start to go beyond 45, where we look at the Cold War. So really getting you to look at more history at greater depth by expanding your knowledge outside of the Nazis and the build-up to that moment of World War II. So if there's any questions, please do come speak to any history teacher. We'll be more than happy to help, and we look forward to seeing you in Year 9 when you make your choices for history. Thank you.